Welcome to Berlin, where the 2024 Euros are approaching the business end of the tournament, but that hasn't meant a quiet transfer window so far. Lots of deals either have been done or are about to be done, and Premier League clubs are trying to reshape for the new season. Let's start with Michael Olise and his future away from Crystal Palace. We broke the news a week or so ago that Chelsea had asked Palace for permission to discuss personal terms with Olise ahead of triggering a release clause in his Selhurst Park contract. Then we heard on Friday night Chelsea out of the race dramatically for Olise. It looked at that stage as if Palace may well hold on to one of their star men, because no Premier League club can afford the release clause, and indeed his wage demands, I understand, to be in excess of £200,000 a week. That seemingly hasn't put off Bayern Munich, though, with the Allianz Arena now Olise's clear and most likely destination. I think this is a big blow for the Premier League, actually, if the PSR rules have stopped the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United following through their interest, and we're losing a very talented young player to the Bundesliga. I think it's a really bad look for the league. Of course, Bayern Munich this time last year prized away the England captain Harry Kane, and Olise will walk into a dressing room that also includes another Premier League export in the form of Eric Dyer. Great move for him to go and play for one of these stellar clubs in Europe. As I say, for the Premier League, I'm not convinced this is a positive thing at all. Away from Olise and Bayern Munich, Jonathan David, the Canadian international, is attracting plenty of interest from the Premier League. He's at Lille at this moment in time, but my understanding is that he could be available for a knockdown fee of just £30 million. He's only got a year left on his contract, and intermediaries working on behalf of David have approached Premier League clubs, including the likes of Manchester United, Tottenham and Arsenal. All those three in the hunt for a new number 9 this summer, and that could be a smart piece of business for a player who averages a goal every 2 games in the French league. You don't get much for £30 million these days, so that's certainly one to keep an eye on. In terms of Manchester United, one possible departure from Old Trafford, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who actually I thought ended the season in decent form, but he is one of the players they are open to offers for. If indeed Olise did swap clubs and go from Palace to United, then there might have been a chance that Wan-Bissaka was thrown in as part of that deal. We know that Olise now, his future lies elsewhere. Galatasaray over in Turkey showing interest in Wan-Bissaka, but I don't think United will let him go cheaply. Remember, they did pay £50 million for his services. Back here in Germany, one of the stars of these Euros so far is the Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams. He was scintillating as Spain hammered Italy 1-0 a few nights ago. Man of the match and pretty standout performer for the Spaniards. His release clause is understood to be as little as £47 million. No surprise that big clubs in the Premier League and beyond are showing interest. Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea, I'm told, all tracking Nico Williams' situation. Barcelona are keen as well, though, so he's certainly one to keep an eye on between now and the end of the tournament. If he keeps on performing as well as he does, and Spain maybe even lift the trophy, that £47 million will be seen as a little bit of a bargain. One player hoping to be here at the Euros, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course, capped by England in the past, has had a wretched couple of seasons with injury. Looks like he'll be leaving Goodison Park. Newcastle have long-standing interest in Calvert-Lewin. They came close to signing him a couple of summers ago, and that interest has been revived. Talks underway between Newcastle and Everton over a potential transfer fee. Does that mean that Newcastle are worried, you wonder, about losing Alexander Isak, who also has suitors from elsewhere? Ideally, they want to keep him, and Calvert-Lewin will be coming in for competition. It is a transfer that comes with risk attached, much like their signing of Lloyd Kelly, actually, who also misses a lot of games through injury. They've picked him up on a free transfer from Bournemouth. But if they can get Calvert-Lewin back fully fit and firing for a relatively modest fee, this might be a good deal for Newcastle. Let us know your thoughts on any of those transfer links and who you would like your club to sign by reacting in the comments below. And remember, the talkSPORT website, talksport.com, is the best place to keep in touch with all the movers and shakers in this transfer window. And every Tuesday, keep an eye for my notebook on the website.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.